The ladies talk TV, real ones on the scene. Texas to the Bronx with a queen in between. Messy or deep, we gon' speak how we feel. Like, comment, subscribe, yeah, we keep it real. The ladies talk TV, real ones on the scene. Texas to the Bronx with a queen in between. Messy or deep, we gon' speak how we feel. Like, comment, subscribe, yeah, we keep it real. It's your girl EJ, clocking in from the South. Talk TV with a twist and a petty little mouth. Reppin' Texas all day, TV junkie in the building. I said what I said, and that's real, not cap. It's Moochie from Queens coming through with the facts. Mood chillers, reviews, I don't hold nothing back. Now put them hammers up. Anywho, you have now entered the den, so come on in. BX in the building, I don't give a damn. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. Real talk all day, I don't come to play. Ladies talk TV, real ones on the scene. Texas to the Bronx with a queen in between. Messy or deep, we gon' speak how we feel. Like, comment, subscribe, yeah, we keep it real. The ladies talk TV.
Tiff loved him deep, now she grieving in waves. Trying to hold strong, but her smile won't stay. Rob's gone cold, true, still in the dark. Now she's holding a test and a broken heart. A mama, a fighter, a woman undone. What do you do when power turns personal? Ooh. Welcome to the chat, where pain don't knock, just walks right in. Welcome to the chat, where pain don't knock, just walks right in. Welcome to the chat.
What's up, everybody? What is up? What is up? What is up, y'all? We are live to talk about The Chi. And y'all already know I do not do this by myself. So let me go ahead and bring up the ladies so that we can go ahead and get into it. What's up, Moochie?
Hey, what's up? I know the last time I was on here, I sounded like a robot. I'm scared to use my mic tonight, so I'm just going to do it like this. How do I sound all right?
You sound good, boo. You sound good. And let me go ahead and bring up Tamika. Hey, boo.
Hey, hey, hey.
Listen, what's up to everybody in the chat? We appreciate y'all coming through. Yeah, we got to talk about The Chi. This is season 7. This is episode 4. This was entitled Mother's Day. And like I always say, The Chi is going to be good for a couple of things. They're going to be good for a good old time jump because they always going to do it. And they're going to be good for a good holiday. And so it feels like we already had our time jump. Episode 2, and now we got our holiday, which is Mother's Day. And as per usual, we got our boy Darnell, who always got to do the absolute most. So y'all know, if not anything, your girl is gonna be efficient in some kind of way. And I was like, you know what, we're gonna do a Chi collage tonight. And because it wasn't a whole lot going on, but there are definitely things that we can discuss and talk about. Actually, let me pull my other part up. Let me see if we can put it. Hold on, give me a second. Then put this in there. And this. Okay, yeah. Okay. Let me see what y'all thought about this episode first and foremost. Moochie, what's your vibe check?
I like the episode I like that they did the Mother's Day thing. I thought it was a pretty good episode. I did have some problems with certain parts, but we'll get to that later. But something that I did kind of predict in one of my shorts last week, that came up. So, we're going to talk about that. And I thought it was a pretty good episode. But however, I'm getting so mad at Nook, and he trying to blend himself in with this family. He don't get what he said. He don't like it. And
I agree 100%. 100% I agree. Shout out to DeMarcus Vaughn already coming through with the super chat. Imagine if Keisha would have hooked up with Christian. Christian would still be alive. R.I.P. Christian. Hey, we don't know what that man was going through.
We don't know that.
You don't know that. They didn't even say what happened to him.
Yeah, they didn't say why. They said what happened, but they didn't say why.
She said what happened? Was he pow?
No, he committed suicide.
No, he took himself out.
Oh, I didn't. Damn. Remember, I only watched it one show. I had a busy week. No,
he was trying to give me some water, Candy. Stop playing. Candy said, "Calm down." Back there, she could hear the ice maker, girl. They be doing the most. That's why I love y'all. Y'all be paying attention.
Hey, Candy.
Hey, Candy Boo, how you doing, girl? But yeah, I mean, that was definitely an interesting little twist how they brung it all back around, right? I thought that was certainly interesting because I didn't see that coming at all, that Christian was going to be the professor and the I mean, to be fair, I didn't even think the judge and the professor were gonna be married, for crying out loud, when we first are introduced to them. So
yeah, that was crazy, right?
Exactly. So yeah. So I mean, I guess we can just go ahead and start from it. We don't necessarily have to start from the top, but it was just a lot of different things going on. And I found some things were like funny to me, and some things were just like, what are we doing here? Let's start out with, okay, so at the beginning, Darnell is always good for a good laugh. When he was the only one who was like, Emmett going there getting all them flowers, Darnell said, I'm gonna get one, and I'm gonna give y'all one each. I said, now that's efficient, Darnell. That's how you do it. Darnell said he gonna always have that earpiece, and he gonna always have and he always gonna be cheap. Listen, okay, what y'all think about the spades thing? Because that's the other thing that I found funny. What y'all think, Tamika?
About the what?
The spades. That was funny to me. About Damien not knowing how to play
people
spades.
Do clown you when you don't know how to play spades.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a real bad fight. That's why I stopped doing. Like I after that was traumatized.
Over spades?
Yes, man. Where I had where people was running out of the house and whatnot. It was crazy. I'll never forget that. It happened in the 90s.
What they do? Renege or something?
It was somebody reneged, and then somebody was cheating. They was talking across the table, complaining about that. It was like a whole bunch of nonsense where a whole fight erupted. Where I'm like, come on, grab my baby and go, because he was a little guy then.
Yeah, that's too much. I cannot. You ever had something like that, Tamika? You ever seen some foolishness over the spades?
Yeah, I don't like spades. People be getting into big time fights over it. And first of all, I learned that like later down the line. The first games I think I learned was Rummy 500 and Blackjack, and then I finally learned it. And you be playing and people be wanting to curse you out. I'm like, yeah, nah, I can't do it. Y'all doing too much for me. I ain't got the patience.
That's why I could relate to this, how they was like with that, and especially if you be playing with a team or they know you with somebody, and they be like, you know what, I'll pick them up next time I see them.
Yeah, but I thought this was cute. First of all, just for them to be spending time together, and then it's like, what? You don't know how to play? Oh, no, you ain't gonna embarrass me. You ain't gonna be having people out here talking about, my name. You got to know how to play it. And then the way they was breaking it down, and they kept telling him, like, if you know numbers and you good at numbers, then you should be able to handle this.
Yeah, and when it was all said and done, he won by knowing numbers, like by being able to figure out what was what. So I think that was, I don't know, I just like the bonding moment with the fellas. I always like seeing the three of them together. They really are actually pretty funny together. Yeah. I like them. And I like the fact that we've come all the way from, remember way back when Darnell was a scrub and wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, to now him and Emmett having this relationship and seeing that they are so much alike. So yeah, I did love that. What y'all think about Pastor? Because Pastor say he gonna make his rounds and lay hands on the folks. Moochie.
Look, this was part of one of my predictions, but he was going from house to house to house. Now, who poker he done stuck in a fire, we don't know. But I told y'all that he was going to try to link up with Tracy, and that guy is not right in the head. I'm telling you, if he get caught out there and she sneak him in that house and have prayer service, and he come back from Smokies, he gonna smoke him. Moving on.
Yeah. I cannot listen, you know what my biggest pet peeve is right now? And I actually am making a video over it. But my biggest pet peeve is I hate that Tracy can never get a quality guy. Like, I ain't saying this, and I need y'all coming for me. I ain't saying nothing is wrong with this guy and his situation. I'm saying that Tracy done been through enough of these men folks that we could have gave her a better love interest. Like, why? We could have gave her Jamal, because do we really need I'm just saying, we could have gave her Jamal and kept it pushing. Even with that, even the fact that we know that Jamal was locked up, but even with that, I feel like Jamal just would have been a better caliber. And it ain't just because I like to look at him, Tamika, because I know that's what you're thinking. Because I do like to look at Jamal. No, it's not,
because I pretty much feel the same way. From when he first showed up and they was kind of giving a little googly eyes, I was like, oh, okay, I wasn't mad at it. But we went a completely different direction. And I feel like Tracy just keeps singing the same old song, even though she's saying she learned something and took time for herself. She still makes the same decisions. It's nothing different. And I'm not interested in either one of these guys. Like, this is another one of the people that's annoying the hell out of me. Like, every time they showing Charles pop up, him, Keith, like, is he living with her now? I needed to know, like, y'all only been together 1 second. The hell is going on?
Of course he is. Look, he just got out of jail. You know, a homeless nigga will fall in love in a flash.
Yeah, he's talking about, I'm trying to make a life with you. You don't even know me. What are we talking about here?
Okay, that part.
Look, he homeless and he in love. He done knocked it down. He trying to stay down. And I really thought that she was gonna go with Jamal because the last season. Remember, I had said that last week in my review. I really thought she was gonna hook up with him. But however, she's with this one, and I don't think he's ready to handle. Look, he was already mad at Emmett's brother, at Damien, because he said he took his girlfriend while he was locked up. So he doesn't handle betrayal well. If Tracy does something, we gotta hope this nigga don't snap.
Yeah, he already showing red flags.
Yeah, and that's why I said it last week. He not right in the head. I'm worried for Tracy's safety. She gonna be on the 11 o'clock news.
Girl, not the 11 o'clock news.
Yeah, it's 10:53 p.m. Do you know where your child is? That look like that kind of news.
Oh Lord, I don't know. I just need them to do better as it relates to Tracy. Like, I just wasn't feeling it at all. I was like, y'all just could have gave her somebody better. If we gonna continue to have Tracy in here, I mean, and it's bad when to me, the best person that she done ever linked up with was Duda. You know that's bad. I was like, that's like the best one so far. And that's only because, I like looking at Duda back. But, that's neither here nor there. But, it is what it is. So, I don't know. But anyway, what else we have going on?
Looking at that back and that neck with the strong tattoos. I thought we was going to be looking at Jamal.
Okay, because that's
really see him like that, because they not doing it.
Because that's what I wanted to see. I was like, ugh. But instead we got, and I think, was it you, Tamika, that kind of gave me an explanation for that, because he wanted to have kids, and Tracy,
yeah, he want to have kids and get married, and we know Tracy ain't gonna want that. But I don't like him and Dom together either. But it is what it is.
She don't want no kids either. I don't think he's gonna go through with it.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm not mad at it. What did y'all think about Shay? She say she moving. Emmett is like, but what about my son or whatever?
It is what it is. He'll see him in the summer.
Yeah. Tamika, thoughts?
He was already complaining about having a kid full time now.
That's true. At this point, we done saw Emmett kind of make this whole little turnaround, I guess you would say, as it relates to his kids. We know that in the beginning, he was what he was, but now we kind of see him at this point where he's trying to do better. You know, he have his moments, but he is trying to do better. So did you have any thoughts either way, Tamika, about, you know, about the fact that now he's not going to really be able to? Somebody said Emmy got too many baby mamas. I'm sorry, I couldn't say it.
I mean, his reaction was typical Emmett reaction. I don't know. Emmett, I'll be trying to work with him, but and you know, at the same time, when she's saying you could get him for the summer, what the hell did he say to that? Because he said something smart to that. And
he said, like, so you can turn up.
Yeah, like what difference do it make? You still would be able to have a relationship with your child. Yes, I can go and turn up and have some damn free time because I'm the mama and I'll be having him majority of the time any damn way. Like, what are we talking about here? So I wasn't mad at her for telling him that. Like, it's a better situation for me. You know, it's more convenient, it's more affordable, and we could visit. Yeah.
It's safer because I wanted to. I'm surprised the other girl wasn't going with her because the way they was like buddy. The other
baby mama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, and I do like how the baby mothers, you know, communicate with each other. They making sure the kids see each other. They helping each other out with the kids. It ain't no baby mama drama. I like that.
I do. I think that's really, really nice as well. So let's move on to, I ain't even gonna talk about that. Let's move on to what we talked about earlier when we were talking about the fact that we found out that Professor lost a child, right? Because they hit us with that scene first, right? Mm-hmm. He don't say it, but you know that something has happened traumatic to him, and you just know that it have to be familial. But then we get to the next scene later where we find out that gosh, I don't know why I can't think of her name. I want to call her Lynn, but that's her real name. Alicia. Alicia is having this thing where she has all the grieving mothers at this particular, I don't want to call it event. I'm gonna call it an event. Because we have the Mother's Day celebration over here, and then we have this event, and it's like way more somber. And Shad is just like, you know, maybe we need to do something different. Maybe this isn't, you know, good for you. But what we learned is that she lost her son to suicide, right? Or to, can you say that on YouTube? I don't know. I feel like that she lost her. Yeah, that she lost her son, right? And we learned that it was Christian. And if you remember, Christian was the guy that Keisha was dating. So it kind of came full circle with that whole situation. And so when he convinces them to go to the thing, this is when we find out, you know, Keisha's just now finding out about it. Did you even think, like, because I didn't see that coming at all. Like, I wouldn't have never put that together. Tamika, what was your thoughts just around finding out that?
Yeah, I didn't have that on my bingo card. That came out of nowhere. I said, wait, what? It was like one thing was just finding out that was their son. And then the second thing was to find out how he was taken out because, of course, you know, Alicia was doing too much. She really was out here acting like if she about to get a bag of hammers and start passing them out to the mothers. And I know, we had to kind of let her know, like, not everybody. First of all, we know a lot of take-outers. Let's not act like we don't. We be going to be taking out every damn body. But second of all, not everybody's situation is the same as yours. Some, you know, may have lost them to sickness. And in her case, you know, what do you do when the person took their own self out? So I just was like, oh, my God. I'm like, what? I'm like, what the hell happened? Like, that definitely was a shocker.
And then it kind of gives you like a kind of sense of why the professor like really, really has been trying to help Bakari so much, you know, because he feels like he sees, he says it. And like I said, at the time, we don't know it, but he just tells him that he reminds him of someone.
Yeah. And he even said, because Bakari, first of all, and they just keep throwing that foreshadowing. But when he says like, oh, don't worry about it, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. And the professor says, sometimes you do it to yourself. Like, but then he didn't want to talk about it anymore after that. He just kind of passed him the hose and went in and was saying, see you later at the game. Yeah.
He was fearful with it when he left. Like he left to break. He left so he wouldn't see him crying. So Bakari didn't see him crying. because he was kind of choked up when he walked away. That was an emotional moment for him.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at this other thing. But yeah, that was an emotional moment for him. And that was probably one of the more somber parts. But I do like the way the Shy has the ability to do these things when they're doing their storylines or whatever. We literally had yin and yang, like literally. We had all of these mothers because they were all mothers, but then you had this set of mothers who no longer had their children. And then you had this set of mothers who were celebrating with their children, some of them pregnant. Like you just had these two different environments. And the way they made you feel that you were in each environment, you felt it when you was over there at Alicia place. I was like, oh my God, it felt real heavy. And yeah, Alicia was out of pocket for wanting to go take out everybody out. I was like, come on, Alicia, now you know we can't take out everybody.
Yeah, like first of all, that these women don't even have that in them. That's not even their status whatsoever. And then you blowing up your own self that you would even be thinking about. I was like, not her just talking about it all casually. He's like, girl.
Okay. So let's move on to another set of people that was interesting to say the least, because Peaches popped back up in the show, right? Oh, Peaches came back up because Reg has called her because he wanted to see his mama. And what I found interesting is that there are all these different dynamics of how each one of them remembers and sees and feels things. Because when Trigger, aka Victor, when he was like, he was mourning what he could have been, I felt that in my soul, the way he said that. I was like, okay, because I feel like when you grow up in these traumatic types of environments, like the oldest always feels it. Like they always feel it more than the other children feel it. They always have a different memory of it. Even in Raising Canaan, we saw that, how everybody had a different memory of how everything was. And sometimes it's just, I don't know. Like I felt for Trig in this moment because Reg and little man Jake, he don't really know what to feel. He just wants his mama. What are y'all thoughts just over that entire scene? It doesn't matter which part of it. It was a really good scene. Moochie, I'll start with you.
I was surprised that he brought her in there because it was, but I understood why, because it was Mother's Day, and we keep seeing these two button heads, Trig and Reg. So I think it's gonna get physical pretty soon. It's a matter of time before it get physical. Especially if he crossed the line with Jake. But it seemed like she's trying to make amends and bond with the kids again. And I like the fact that eventually Vic came around. Even though he's Trump, he doesn't like what she did. He's really angry at her still.
Yeah, I feel like Vic is like super traumatized by all of this, and he kind of just, he just kind of like he's always been battling with himself, even from his nickname, from Trig to Victor. Like it's been a battle. Tamika, your thoughts?
Yeah, I was actually enjoying seeing the brothers just hanging out. I'm like, okay, we got a little peaceful moment because Reg has definitely been irking my damn nerves. I told him I'm gonna have to jump through the damn, TV and kick him in the neck if anything happened with Jake. But I liked them just like kind of hanging out together. And I was wondering because I said, Dad, we seeing like everybody else with their mothers in one way or another. So I was like, now we have them hanging and their mom is missing. And literally, as soon as I said that, all of a sudden it's like, oh, I got a surprise for you. I said, here come this raggedy ass mama. So he opened the door and it's her. And I'm not shocked at the way Victor reacted because the last time she was around, he was trying to help her. And he actually was trying to give her a chance against his better judgment. And she ended up leaving them and leaving a damn Dear John letter. So it's like, I get how he felt. And it's definitely true. Even with me and my siblings, sometimes we can have conversations about our parents. And my younger siblings, never had the same memory, sometimes no memory of at all of things that me and my older brother, have. Like we would all look at it in a different way. And I know we talked about that with other shows. So I felt like it was realistic. He, at this point is like, you always end up disappointing me. So why the hell am I gonna be, getting all wrapped up in it, happy, jumping through hoops because you here now. But then we said, okay, we're gonna get some of this mac and cheese. We're gonna chill for a minute. And the fact that she said, my mother wasn't, always like there for me in certain ways. So I guess in a way she didn't know how to be a mom to them because she didn't have her mom be a mom and whatever with her. He was like, yeah, none of us asked to be here, right? And we know it don't come with a manual. So
yeah. And I was happy to see that, Trig was able to see that. And it doesn't change the way he feels. And I get that, but the fact that he was just like able to stay in that moment still and not walk away, because everything about it, I could tell he wanted to walk away, because you're right. He did try to help. He did try to put aside those feelings. He did try to move forward. And for you to that's like a gut punch for you to do the same thing, because to have somebody continuously walk out on you and it's your mother, that has to be a different type of feeling. And regardless of the situation, regardless of her being sick, because we know drug addiction is a sickness, but regardless of all of that, you still walked away, you still left, and I was forced to be something and do something that I wasn't supposed to have to do, and I didn't have any choices, so I get where Reg is coming from, not Reg, where Victor is coming from. And Reg is just a different individual altogether. Reg don't care about a lot of things. Reg is already on my nerves. They could take him back.
Yeah, and then they talking about he the favorite, and you figure he ain't been around for these last couple years. So of course he just want to see his mama too. She like, no, you ain't no favorite. I love all y'all. He like, nah, I'm the favorite.
Okay. Let's see what DeMarcus say. Each other TV junkie. Who is worse, Peaches, Joyce, or Donna as a mother? Shoot. Donna. Now, he loved Donna. Donna was still worse. She always gonna be worse. But nah, seriously though, this was a really good scene. I enjoyed this scene. I enjoyed the conversation around it, and I think it's interesting. Now, another thing that I want to move on to, got couple more things here. The first one is going to be Papa. I forgot to put him up there, but Papa is going to ask for money from from Pastor Zeke, right? His mama still don't trust Pastor Zeke, which she has every right not to. Like, intuition be intuitioning. But Papa don't see it that way. He sees it differently. But the crazy part about it to me is that you feel like Papa can see it and he don't want to see it, because sometimes the way he talked to him is like, sir, like, why are you even asking for his help? Because the way he's saying, like, it's a loan. I don't know. I be torn with Papa, and his beard that halfway connect incorrectly just, it irks me. But go ahead, Tamika. You got the flow, boo.
Listen, y'all, we only got 2 kids left at this point. That's like the original kids that we seen grow up, and that is Jake and Papa, and they about to work my nerves with both of these story situations. We already knew and saw this coming a long way, and it's irritating me that Papa can't see it. Overall, he's pretty smart and got a good head on his shoulders. It's like, kind of what we was talking about before, where the kid always want to go against what the parent is saying, but then him and his dad was kind of bumping heads. And then that's part of the reason why he let go of the situation with Pastor's daughter once he, of course, passed away. But he was warning him about the pastor. The mother's warning him about the pastor. Like, yeah, I'm struggling, but I'm going to figure it out. I don't need nothing for him. Now he's calling himself still helping his mother, even though he knows that she would be against this, and saying that he's going to, have this loan from the pastor so that he can help her take care of the situation. But ain't nothing free in this world, and free sure to kill you, is what my other half used to say. Like, no, leave this alone. These people is not trying to be no damn help to you, boy, and give you no payment plan to pay nothing back. And you see how he was at first trying to say it was a gift, but then all of a sudden when Charles showed up, it's like, this is a down payment on your church. I didn't say I was selling my church. Like, I just want Papa to run.
Okay.
Please get out of these people's face.
That part, because I was like, that was the ultimate, like, just kicking the behind, because I knew that that's where they were going to try to go with this. But sometimes I almost want Pastor Zeke to just be better and do better. Like, I feel like it's in him to do better. I don't feel like it's in Dre to do better, because he Dre. He always going to be Dre. So I don't feel like it's in him to do better, but I feel like Pastor Z got somewhere down in there. You got to have like a little bit of a, a little heart, a little Grinch heart somewhere. But these jokers really trying to take this family's church after everything that they have went through and that they've been through, and y'all got this mega church. They just straight up trash. I can't stand it. And shout out to Soraya and Candy, because y'all was just channeling my inner thoughts big time. I just didn't want to be the one to say it, but since y'all said it, I'm gonna put it on the screen, because why? And why that beard why it don't connect? Something about it is just
all right. He gonna put the Jamaican castor oil on it and get his beard right, and he gonna, I don't know, take out the struggle braid.
He got to take them beads off the end of it, because it is irking me.
Yeah, the beads was too much.
Okay, but anyway, you got any thoughts over Papa and what's about to go down with this? So you think he gonna take the money?
He needs it, but the mother don't want it. Look, he already driving the car. Y'all didn't notice that?
I didn't. I saw the car, but
he's driving a Beamer, y'all.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to what kind of car it was.
I think that's what I said. You sure it was a Beamer? He said that when we saw him, he's driving a new car with a screen. I'll leave it at that. So
it could be his daddy car.
He's enticing him right now, and he needs he knows his family needs the money. You already know that Charles got this plan where he was already trying to send Ezekiel away. Why don't you go away and you and your wife here? Now he's probably going to be like, if he gets caught with this woman, they're going to try to send him to the small church to preach. They're going to try to go to Papa Church. And they could make that a youth church for him and let him run. He should just try to run that congregation. I hope so.
That's what he should try to do. Like, if Pastor Zeke was any good, that's what he would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would try to help and uplift, but instead these jokers is horrible. Net, I hope you feel better, boo. I'm sorry that you're not feeling well.
Yes, she got symptoms of the flu.
Yeah, I need you to feel better. Go take care of yourself.
And drink some tea.
I can't say it, Candy.
And a little bohemian. Look, yeah, he probably do need some hair added with that, because them braids look like they really on life support.
I cannot with y'all.
Look, clear.
Dre Charles gonna get that white girl daddy to flip her seat. She might. I'm telling you, something is gonna go down with that, especially now that I just don't trust Dre Charles. I love that name, Candy. Thank you. I love that. I don't trust Dre Charles. I don't. Something ain't right with it. But I guess we're gonna have to wait it out and see how it all go. But we got one more thing to talk about, because I don't think anything else happened in this episode. I think that was a lot. It's one more thing, though, that we do got to talk about that really, really irked my nerves. And I know it irked your nerves as well. And that was Nuck. First of all, Nuck come up in here giving Keisha that card, and Emmett giving him the side eye like, what's on the card? What's on the card? But more than anything, why is Nuck pushing up on Tiff? That has got to be the most diabolical thing that a person can do, is push up on somebody, the person that you unalived her, the father of her child, and now you're trying to insert yourselves in their lives, just trying to make yourself feel anything, feel better, whatever you want to call it. Like, I just thought this was horrible. I know you had thoughts, Moochie. What's your thoughts?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all, and I hope she be the one to put him down. I had predicted this that let her put him down after that postpartum depression come on. Let her deliver the baby, and then I want her to put him down. I want him to be so riddled with guilt that he actually tells her, and she pew his brains out.
Ooh, that's a good one. He might be so riddled with guilt and decide to, because I really thought they was just gonna go the route of putting Victor and Tiff together, which I would have been here for this because I think that Victor is a great guy, and I think that he is one of the few. I think he would be a good person in Tiff's life. Why in the world she would want to get with Nuck, I don't have a clue in the world, especially knowing that he just took over Duda's business, especially knowing the lifestyle that he's in. Like, I don't understand why. Not at this age.
Especially knowing since he was with Keisha. No, this can't happen. Come on, I'm tired of seeing everybody swap partners. It's ridiculous.
I forgot about that part. You're right. I forgot that they got a child. They got a whole child together.
Yeah. Come on. What are y'all doing?
Yeah, I did like the fact that she pulled away from him when he tried to go in for that. I was like, thank goodness. Like, because I can't. I just don't want to see it. Don't want to do it. They can keep all of that. Nope.
She is not ready for that.
Candy said Nuck is charismatic and Tiffany is vulnerable. She is vulnerable. And I guess Nuck is a little charismatic in a way, but I still don't like it. I don't like it at all. I need them to go. Hey, pretty girl. I thought I saw you come in earlier. I thought I had said hey, but hey, what's up to everybody in the chat? Thank y'all all for coming through to talk about the Shy. And yes, I want her with Trigger Trig. Yes, and because see, Victor Trigg is the kind of dude that you can get behind, because you know that you're gonna have Victor when you need to be cared for, when you need to, feel important. You is kind, you is important, when you need all of that, right? But then you gonna get Trigg when you need stuff to get dealt with. Trigg. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like a good switch up. When they switch up the way they supposed to switch up, I can live with it. So,
baby, the way I will be on a flight to damn Chicago to take out Nuck myself, I said, I know y'all freaking lying. Like, not this man. Even when they had him going to do the drops for her, it's just been irritating me. But the fact that he leaned in for that damn kiss, and I'm sorry, y'all, okay? Listen, they tried to do the okie doke. I caught it. Okay, you gonna have him go to his mama grave, and then he gonna give Tiff the sob story that his daddy took out his mother. I'm sorry for that. I don't wish that on any damn body. But if y'all think y'all about to pull at my heartstrings and make me feel bad for Nuck, if you buck, you got another damn thing coming. I want his ass going. Okay.
Okay, because girl, I didn't feel nothing for him at all. I forgot all about that part happened. But now that you mention it,
no, it's coming. It's coming. They're humanizing him.
Yeah.
For what reason, I don't know. And they shouldn't.
And going to church and all that.
Yeah, I want her to do it. I want her to put him down. Not Alicia. I want her to put him down. I want her to find out. I want her to put him down.
Now, he just don't deserve a redemption arc.
Didn't like at the same time that she told him of all people to tell. I thought I was gonna feel another way when Alicia took out Zay, and I don't feel like she got the right person. I'm like, oh Lord, because then he lightened up his thing, and I'm like, what you thinking about doing, Nuck? So I hope it does go down the way that Moochie is saying. I really do. I would love to see it.
Yeah, because we still got that part where Tiff says, where she tells Alicia that she want her to do whatever it takes to, basically, I'm assuming that they were talking about do whatever it takes to take whoever out, whoever did this or whatnot, because, Alicia did make her that promise in the beginning, and she probably going to come to Alicia and tell her, like, look, I don't think, and Alicia probably at this point probably feel the same way. it's just something about it don't feel right. That was just too easy. That was too simple. Like and I would be looking at the person who was handing them over on a platter like that. Like, this your family, and you just handing them over on a platter like this. Like, what is really going on? So I would like to see. It's hard to say that I would want to see Tiffany do it, but I don't mind seeing Alicia or Trig do it in Tiffany's name. And that's the only reason why I say that is because it's so hard to pull a trigger. They used to it. They good. They'll be all right. They already emotionally, they'll be all right.
Alicia should have pulled that trigger when she was like, "Wake up!" When she did that, that's what she should have told him to wake up, and then Black would be the last thing he see because he blinked.
Exactly. And then for you to sit there at this Mother's Day event and say we need to get all those, horrible people that's taking out people off the streets. If that's the case, then why you didn't start with him?
Okay, because she should have. But we know that they did that for the storyline because they were going to try to make Nuck. Because I feel like in any other world, if she had really believed that and she was in much pain as she was in, I think she would have pulled that trigger regardless. And I don't think there wouldn't have been any rationalization. Like, he couldn't have just handed her another person like that. I don't think that she would have went for that. But I think for the storyline's sake, we need to drag this out. We're going to try to make Nuck be likable. We're going to try to give him a redemption arc so that when we do get ready to take him out, which they've done this before. They've already done this before, by the way. We did it with Ronnie, which, to be fair, with Ronnie, it kind of worked. But I don't think it's going to work with Nuck. I think that Nuck has done too much for it to work with him. He shot Rob in the back, y'all. In the back. I don't see it working out for him. So it is what it is. And
there was no reason. He didn't need to do that. You took away somebody's, child's father, and then you're going to try to freaking get with them. Like, get the hell up out my damn face. Oh, God, that irritated me. And somebody said in last week, comments, I can't remember who it was, but they was like, Nuck is about to be baby stepdaddy. I said, if they do that, y'all, I'm gonna be so pissed off. They better not. Yeah, I'm with you there.
I don't want him with her at all because he's already, it's red flags already with him. If you could take out, if you knew this, knowing how your mother got taken out, you lined up your own cousin. He'll do anything.
Yeah.
He will, and that's why I don't get them hanging around him, because even without, take the raw part out, they don't know that he did that. They don't think he did it. You still know all these other things that he has done, and you still just got him around the kids all willy-nilly. You big and pregnant walking around with him. Anybody could come after him. Now you got him and Red supposedly at war, even though y'all taking too long to get to the war. For me, it's too much talking going on. But that's a whole nother story, we
have to have Mother's Day.
We gotta have it play it out. We had a pause for Mother's Day, so we gonna get back to the war after. But you could get caught in the crossfire of that.
Yep,
that's true.
I feel like Emmett and Keisha should have known from that night after the
exactly.
The how are y'all that stupid where y'all not putting two and two together?
Because the reward or the benefit, whatever you want to call it, was much greater than what they knew. Because think about it, who's the bigger threat? Duda is the bigger threat if you think about it, as far as they are concerned. Because with
so they actually thinking he helped them, but
it's just Duda that he did. They don't know about Rob.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like
them people house earlier that day. That's the crazy part. You was just with them people earlier that day and you did that to him. It's just like, well, they say stuff like that happen in real life.
Oh, absolutely. And then Bakari was in the mix of it, and Bakari sitting here around Alicia. So I want to know how all of this is gonna play, honey.
Yep, because I feel like at some point
come back on him first.
Yeah, because they've been foreshadowing his, unalivement for a while now. And I feel like at this point, he done stayed around a little bit too long. I never thought, I just remember way back when they first gave Bakari his redemption arc, I said that he wasn't going to make it. Like, you don't give somebody a redemption arc for them to actually live and thrive. That is not how most of these stories are written out. And a lot of times in real life, a lot of times it don't work out that way, where people get to really change their lives and they get to come out of that without somebody trying to pull them back into it or something happening. Like, it just be weird stuff like that. And I get that everybody may not agree.
Professor even said that to him too when he was out there talking to him. Most times when people try to change, or if they already was good, that's the ones that, you know, that get caught out there.
And unfortunately,
he said he's not gonna go out anywhere. He said, "I'm just gonna chill outside for the summer."
Yep.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine, girl. You're fine. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I think Bakari's time is coming to an end. And I don't know if everybody knows, but y'all know, you know, of course, season 8 has been renewed. I mean, the show's been renewed for a season 8, which just brings me to, like, where would we even go from here? Like I just don't know. Like, we have all of our bullies are here. So I mean, okay, so if we take out Nuck, then there's Reg. Are we finna go into I don't know. Reg's so unserious to me sometimes. I don't know how much I can take him serious. It's just been the whole premise of everything has always been, hey, Steven, has always been that the antagonist has always been in everybody's lives, right? Like antagonizing everybody some kind of way, form, or fashion. And now we're in a new era of Nuck where he's antagonized some people, not everybody thus far, but definitely a handful of people. But if we leave it and we're just left with Reg, who then what? Like who are we fighting against? You know what I'm saying? Like I know it's like been the antagonist against the community, but I don't know. I don't see it yet. I can't fully get a full picture wrapped around it just yet, but that's just me thinking way too far ahead. But yeah,
and the police about to play a part too, so I'm assuming, you know, we're gonna see some stuff popping on. They got some people up on their board already that they already been watching.
Yeah. Steven said he'd give this episode a 9. Yeah, I like this episode, Steven. I had no problem with this episode at all. I thought it was a really decent episode. I always love the holiday episodes. For whatever reason, I told y'all, the Shy always gonna do a couple of things, and they always gonna give you a holiday episode. And I don't think there's been a holiday episode that I haven't liked. I like the all-day Christmas holidays. I love it when they do a Christmas holiday.
Yeah, they did a family like a group episode back to back. That's what I liked about it too.
And they always at Emmett House,
right? But only thing I didn't, that I was kind of like that Emmett didn't have Trig and Jake over at the house. But I guess because they didn't have mothers, and I feel like because Kevin's not there now, that's why. And Papa, they wasn't there. They should have been there with his mother. You know, everybody was going to that.
Yeah, I felt like Victor might have been passing by there, but then when his mom came and all that, because even when he was like, "Man, I'm about to bounce for a minute," I figured he was gonna go over there, but then they got him to stay. So
yeah, that probably would.
And Emmett probably invited everybody, if you think about it, because Shad somehow was able, he knew about the thing.
They had got invited, but Alicia was so busy trying to, you know, do her thing, and he was like, "Man, it's too damn depressing here. Why don't y'all change the scenery and lighten it up?" And I do appreciate the fact that Shad went. And, you know, what do you give a mother that's had a loss? And, you know, we going to have this forever flower that don't die. And then when he said, "I love you," you see, she was just like, "Okay, boy." She ain't saying that. But he did come through with telling her, like, you know, you might want to just get out for a minute and change the scenery. Like, once they got over there, and I thought when they did the little Tamia dance, that was cute. I like that.
I like that. That was very, very cute. That was cute. I'm actually liking them two together more and more. It's so crazy, but I'm out here rooting for Rashad and Alicia. Like, even though she didn't get hit him with the "I love you" back, she gonna grow to love him eventually. Shout out to DeMarcus Vaughn with the $5 super chat. Which character return was the most impactful? Lamar, B. Mickey, Reg, or Unique? Impactful. For me, I would say It depends on how you mean by impactful, because I can go with this one of two ways. I feel like for The Shy, Reg's return is impactful as far as audience viewership. I feel like people tuned in to see that character come back. But impactful to the storyline, I honestly don't think so. I think we could have, I think I don't think so. As far as to the storyline, I think Unique was probably more of the most impactful to the storyline. The switch up that they did, where we go back to him hating or not liking Rock that way, and him trying to dismantle the things. I thought that was, I mean, hate it or love it. That stuff was genius, to have them love each other and for everybody to buy into it just to take it back. Like, that was crazy. Tamika, your which one for you?
Yeah, I agree with you. And damn sure ain't Lamar and B Mickey, but I know there's fans of BMF that wanted them back, that are happy they're back. I could give two, what.
I just don't understand why Lamar is back. Like, why? Why are we seeing him again? Why is he coming off like the Teflon Don, where he can't be penetrated with no pals? It's just it's ridiculous now. So now he's going to recover again. Who's going to fix him up, patch him up?
Yes, that is Michael Lamar Myers. Okay.
Okay, but which character was the most impactful, Moochie? We know Lamar is corny, but it is what it is.
I say Unique because he's doing the most damage.
I think so too. Thank you, DeMarcus, for the $5 super chat and the question, always making us think. Let me go over here to some of the questions, because that was really the episode, y'all. I'm gonna go give some love to the chat. Alicia don't want to say she loved him because every man that she loved got unalived. I could see that. Be Mickey because he saved Meech and Terry's lives. How you go? The dinner scene might foreshadowing a war between Chirik and Reg, with Jake caught in the middle.
I already said that. I didn't need the dinner scene to see that. It's definitely gonna come down to it being between them, with the fact that Reg is putting Jake in jeopardy. That's absolutely happen.
Because that's all Trig care about. Just don't put Jake in the middle of your mess, because they done came a long way. Bakari throwing up will be used as evidence when Bakari put Rob's body on Alicia's doorstep. Yeah, I think that's always. I don't know if that's going to be the part of how they figure it out. I honestly think people are going to tell on themselves. Like somebody was saying earlier, I really think that people are going to be confessing. And I think that's how it's all going to come about. Because I feel like by now, it's been 6 months, right? That's what our time jump was. So if it's been 6 months, I feel like they would have already tested out that they would have had the results back for any type of DNA that was on the scene. So I really feel like it's going to be a fact of just people feeling a certain type of way and telling it, especially with the Alicia thing and Bakari. Like, I really do feel like Bakari is either going to tell Alicia himself, or there's always the one thing. What's her name? Kenya. There's always Kenya that does know. There's always her, possibly somehow, some way. Because we still have that one person who knows besides Bakari. So I don't know, y'all. DeMarcus, you're absolutely right. He is. He absolutely is. Right now, he is. But the return of him in Raising Kanan, that wasn't a trash move. That they did what they were supposed to do, and him making people dislike him did what he was supposed to do. So I think that was actually played out pretty perfectly, if you think about it. If you can evoke that much emotion, I think, for just to touch on that, I think for B, Mickey, and Lamar, I think some people care, but I think a majority of people just like, why? It didn't do anything for me. So I don't know. I think those just have to be, I think those are only fans who really rock with them. I don't think it's a majority, though. That's just my opinion, though. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, that's what's up with the episode. That is it for The Shy. I have not seen what is going to happen on like the trailer for episode 5 yet. I haven't went out there to look for it. So I can't really talk about next episode stuff, but we will talk about what y'all got going on and what you're looking forward to seeing. Tamika, what you're looking forward to seeing on the next episode, possibly, or just in general, and what you got going on.
I saw the preview. I don't remember everything, but what I do remember is Reg was still doing some foolishness that he was bringing Jake to, and I'm gonna be on your neck. I'm just telling you, Reg. But what I got going on my channel is what do I got going on? Oh, I think I joined Amuchi and Inga tomorrow for Godfather Harlem. I think we doing the last 2 episodes for Forever this week, and just keep your notifications on. If you didn't see my review for The Shy or BMF, check those out. And I did Self-Care Saturday and what you should be watching, even though I kept having technical difficulties. But check that out if you didn't see it. Maybe some shows and movies that y'all might want to know about. And that's about it for now. Thank you, ladies. It's been fun as usual.
Of course. Steven said, Kenya know because Bakari told her in the car she moved out of town to go live with her grandmother in the first episode of the season. Yeah, that is all very true. But to my point is that, except for the Bakari part, that's not true. It was Zay who told her. Yeah. But the point is that there is somebody else who knows that
Bakari
could still say something. They may not be here right now, but she could always some kind of way that part could always come back up. Possibly it may or may not happen, but there is that one person who knows. So I don't know. It's just going to be interesting who actually tells who. Mooch, what you got going on, boo?
Well, I did do the watch party. I did the first reaction for BMF Friday. I'm going to do it again, but I don't know. It seemed like not too many people showed up, but maybe because y'all didn't know it was a last minute thing, but definitely we will be doing it this Friday. I still have to put up my thoughts on The Shy as well as BMF because I had a busy weekend, y'all. All right, so keep y'all notifications on. I'll be on with Tamika and Inga this week for Godfather Harlem and Forever with Nita. And I might even do some trending topics. We might do an update with Puffy. So keep y'all notifications on and holla at your girl.
Dang, she called him Puffy. Put him back on the puff.
Yeah, because that's who's coming out. When he get mad, he be huffing and puffing. And that's the person that's coming out in this trial.
Listen, DeMarcus said Kenya is Felicia. I was wondering who Felicia Rashad was going to be playing. So Kenya is going to be Felicia Rashad's granddaughter. So that means that we still have yet to see Kenya. So and she will be Felicia Rashad is going to be in The Shy as a guest sometime this season. So it's nice to know that that's who she is. So okay, that's what's up. As for my channel, so the family business wrapped up production, y'all. So I'll be doing a lot of family business content, of course. I actually am going to start doing a lot more off-season family business content just in general, but just to kind of ramp up, we definitely going to be doing more of that. So I'll be dropping those on most Sundays. And then All the Queen's Men is back. So y'all already know that means that Virtual Club Eden will be back as well. They'll be back on July 24th. So you will be seeing a lot of content coming out for All the Queen's Men. So I'm excited about that. And then we have Divorced Sisters, which is going to be the new Tyler Perry show that is going to be dropping as a special drop on tomorrow. Tika Deshawn, myself, and Lighten Up with Letitia will be talking about that on tomorrow. And then they'll have a second episode that will go on Thursday, which is going to be the regular day. And we'll be talking about that episode on Friday. And then after that, it'll be every Thursday as a live after show. So excited for that. And then I'll have some other content coming up as well. So just keep your notifications turned on. I have a little bit of different content that I'm going to be putting out. some more book stuff and kind of doing it in a different type of way. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. But yeah, that's it for me, y'all. We're about to get up out of here. We appreciate everybody who came through. DeMarcus, of course, always coming through with the super chats. We appreciate you. Okay, I'm gonna check out that interview, DeMarcus. Of course, Stephen Harris, we appreciate you coming through. Smooth Attraction. We had Candy Love was in the building. Pretty Girl came through. We had Rose in the building. Net, feel better, Net. We hope that you do not have the flu and hope you feel better. Jay was in the building. Jay Brooke was in the building. Soraya was in the building. Let's see who else was in the building. Makai was in the building. Appreciate you coming through. Washonda came through. Nakia came through. Antonio was in the building, and everybody else that Inga came through. Everybody at Havana, hey girl, hey Deborah. Everybody else that came through that didn't get a chance to say anything. Thank you guys. We appreciate y'all. If you watch this on the replay, please make sure to type in hashtag replay squad. Let us know you came through. Let us know what your favorite moment was of this episode and what you're rating this episode. And we're about to get up out of here, y'all. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
We the latest, TV talk, real vibes, both takes. If you laugh, felt seen, or just love the crew, like, comment, and subscribe, boo. Back next week with more drama. Keep it locked with the ladies. The ladies talk TV, real ones on the scene. Texas to the Bronx with a queen in between. Messy or deep, we gon' speak how we feel. Like, comment, subscribe, yeah, we keep it real. The ladies talk TV, real ones on the scene. Texas to the Bronx with a queen in between. Messy or deep, we gon' speak how we feel. Like, comment, subscribe, yeah, we keep it real.